Akasdas. This is Greg Picnic. He's the owner of Living in the Cut, best barbershop in Tallahassee, located on Ocala. So I'll do a quick interview. Just want to start by thanking you for your time again, Greg. So I have some questions for you. First, we'll go startup. What made you decide to open up your own business from the beginning?
I always had the intentions of doing it. Since I've been cutting hair, I started cutting hair when I was probably 8th grade. So always kind of had the thought and the theory behind it, but needed some practice first. So got licensed. Worked in a couple different shops for about 5 years, and about the last year and a half of working for somebody else, I started to develop my business plan and do marketing strategy and get it all written down on paper to plan where it is today living in the cup.
Okay, so did you have a real inspiration behind it, or just kind of you always wanted to own your own thing?
Yeah, it was just kind of. There's a couple things that came into place that made me eventually want to own my own. A lot of it had to do with just how busy I got personally as a barber. Just being booked up and seeing my clients go other places and see the owners of the shops making money off of not only me but also my clients going to other barbers as well. So that had a lot to do with it, but also just wanting to work for myself, but also wanting to implement my own ideas and not being held down and my ideas being
flexibility to do whatever you want.
Right. Correct.
No limit.
Yep.
And you do corporation or LLC. So how did you decide what legal entity to choose?
So just talking with the accountant and figuring out what the best tax strategy was. So we started out as an LLC, and about 2 years ago, I changed to an S corporation.
That's for tax benefits mainly, you would say.
Right. All the depreciation values since the original startup had kind of depreciated, I guess. And I don't have as much depreciation anymore, so it made sense to get an S corporation.
Awesome. And the business plan, you briefly mentioned already, while you were a barber, you already had it kind of in your head.
Right. So I was always formulating ideas the whole time I was cutting hair, and then probably in 2007, I think it was, for Christmas that year, my brother got me. I don't have it with me, but got me the program for Business Plan Pro, and that's how I started. Just he's a business type of guy, and he said, you really need to start writing your ideas down, get them on paper, and figure out a plan of action on how you want to do it. And 2 years later, I had my finalized business plan, and moved forward from there.
Okay, perfect. Of course, always say, location.
Very important.
So how did you go about choosing this location? It seems to be a success.
Yeah, the location is huge. Definitely one of my biggest research things in the business model was the successes of a barbershop, and location can't be any more critical in another business than it is in a barbershop. It's critical in a lot of businesses, but you definitely need high volume, high traffic areas for location in a barbershop to be a high volume shop. So that being said, just figuring out what my target market was, which was students in the TCC, FSU, FAMU area, and basically trying to find a centralized location that could span a radius of 2 to 5 miles from there to be able to market to that target market. And so just that search was long and tedious of finding a specific spot, and I came across this one. Needed a ton of work. And it was actually vacant for about 4.5 years before I came in here. So it was a lot of work needed to be done. And so not a lot of people wanted to come in here, but I had the vision for it. Came in, spoke with the owners, got a deal done, and moved in. It took me about a little over a month worth of build out, to renovate the entire place, and from there opened the doors on June 4th of 2009.
2009.
Yep.
And do you know what it was prior to this? What type of business?
So it was a tattoo shop. And then prior to the tattoo shop didn't last very long. They got shut down by the health department.
Okay.
Mainly partly in the building itself. I'm sure probably had something to do with that. It wasn't probably wasn't up to code at that point. So I had to bring it up to code. And before that, it was actually a bank in the 80s and 90s, and the bank got shut down because they had back behind my office on this side of the shop over here, there's just a wooded lot, and the bank got robbed 4 times in a row because the robbers would rob the bank and jumped the fence onto the wooden lot, and there was a getaway car that was right there on it, and they literally got robbed like 5 times in a row, so they shut down the location. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
That's what the owners told me. I wasn't here then, so I'm not sure.
Wow, that's insane. So I know, like, growing marketing, like, you have like Live in the Cut website.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on a bunch of times for appointments,
Mm-hmm.
contact info. But like, why did you build it? Was it mainly just for like, easy contact?
Why I built the website?
Yeah, and also like who maintains it?
That's a funny question. So I built the website just nowadays. You have to have one. You have to have your online presence. To have that Google search pop up. You always want to be at the top of the page. So trying to get interactions through the website, and now we just implemented our online booking software, which I just did within the past 2 months or so. So now we also have a mobile application that you can download and people can have directly on their phones to book appointments, and as well as the website. So it's important for the aspects of just advertising, marketing in general. Just that's where everybody's target is now. They go straight to their phone and they Google barbershop Tallahassee, and my goal is to always end up at the top. Now, is that going to happen? No, because some people are going to pay for it. I don't pay for it. I don't really maintain it very much, but I have it, and I just haven't really done it that much, just because we are so busy, and it's kind of the word of mouth advertising is stronger than my online, just for this business.
That's what I heard about Living the Cut too, freshman year. Someone told me about
word of mouth, right?
Yeah.
The word of mouth is critical in this industry, so that's why we take pride in every haircut and making sure that each haircut is up to standard and quality customer service and all that, because that word of mouth is very strong. So that being said, it's important to have the website. It just depends on what business you're in. I think for my business, it needs to be there. Information. People can get the phone number, they can book appointments, they can view barber profiles and things of those natures. But it's not something that I'm really on top of all the time.
Just like necessity.
Right.
Okay, and like I know a lot of people like care about their barbers, and like the interaction between the barbers, very important. So like when you're selecting them, like are there any kind of criteria you look at besides like their ability to cut?
When I select the barber?
Yeah, new barber.
Yeah, definitely. And I've learned a lot in the past 7 years when it comes to hiring. You spend a lot of time and resources to hire somebody, and it's one of the most critical aspects of your business. I undermined it for a long time and didn't really spend as much time and effort into it as I should have. And that being said, I had to fire some people over the years, just because I didn't take as much pride in it as I should have and as I do now. Before it used to just be, I just got to fill that chair. I just got to fill that chair. And so there wasn't a giant workforce pool to choose from. It's a licensed profession, so you don't have a ton of barbers out there to just hire from. So I was just kind of like, I got to fill that chair. Now I'm on a different mindset. I'd much rather take the time to find the right person than just fill that chair, because turnover is it's not fun. It's not good for the clients. It's a pain for me to have to retrain people and do all that. It takes a lot of time. So I just really try and focus on getting the right person. What does that entail? Yes, you have to be able to cut hair, but what's your personality like? Can you get along with people? Can you get along with the rest of the barbers? Are you willing to take the extra steps to do what it takes to be a quality team member and all that? So what's your personality like? What's your attitude towards the industry? Because it's hard work. We're on our feet for 10 hours a day, 5 sometimes 6 days a week, and it's nonstop, as you've seen it here.
That's crazy.
It's draining work, and you have to be able to withstand some of the pressures that come in a barbershop. I know it might sound crazy to some businesses, like pressure in a barbershop.
I can see it.
But you have a line of people waiting for you, staring you down, like, am I next? Am I next? And it's like, hold on, like, give me a break here, So, it's tough.
All right, well, I think that'll wrap up the interview, and thank you again so much,
Cool.
Greg.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Live in the Cut.
Yeah.